Yay, we get something new for the Italians. Let's take a look. So this is the OF-40 Mk.2 MTCA. This is going to be Italy's brand new Tier 6 premium vehicle, which will be replacing, and in a way also succeeding, the previous Tier 5 premium, the M60A1 Ariete. That of course was removed due to various issues with the vehicle itself, like the BR was too high, the gun was stabilized when it shouldn't have been, so that's been removed. If you already had that, you will of course have been able to keep it, and anyone who did previously buy that will have a 30% discount on the OF-40, so definitely worth giving a look. Now initially you may think this is a straight up copy and paste of the OF-40 Mk.2A in the tech tree. That is not the case. This does, rather than the standard 830 horsepower engine, this instead has a 1000 horsepower Fiat MTCA diesel engine. Now this modification was done to be proposed to the United Arab Emirates Armed Forces and was taken into service and was actually in service until fairly recently, so quite interesting there. Now of course this tank will be depicting a vehicle of the UAE Armed Forces and has the camouflage of such, and also the pre-order bonus decal is literally the emblem of the UAE Armed Forces, so it definitely does show that. Now there are multiple OF-40 variants in game, the standard OF-40 at Tier 5, then the OF-40 Mk.2A at Tier 6, and now this version. Now the Mk.2 variants over the original have a few improvements. First off, the 105mm gun is stabilized and also now has access to APFSDS, and there is a laser rangefinder. Now some of the rounds you will find on this vehicle I will quickly list. You will have APDS round, you will have a HESH round, HEAT-FS, and the one I feel will be used the most is the APFSDS. This is the DM23 round, and at best has 337mm of penetration. You do also then have a smoke round. You won't be able to do much with that, and considering that you carry smoke grenades anyway, I don't think it's worth taking any, if many, of these rounds into battle. So this vehicle looks pretty good. Bigger engine, bit more power, will increase the mobility. The standard OF-40 Mk.2A in the tech tree already goes up to 40 miles an hour of top speed on flat surfaces. So that does of course mean this is going to be quite a mobile MBT, and if you know much about top tier, you will know that armor isn't exactly a limiting factor for any ground vehicle, and it's more a case of your firepower and your mobility. This will certainly be good in the mobility department, and you know, the APFSDS, not much compared to most top tier MBTs, although I am personally expecting a BR of 8.7 for this, so you know, 337mm of pen, really not too bad there. Now 8.7 BR seems to be fairly well justified in my mind, if it is at that BR that is. Similar sort of performance I would say to the Leopard 1A1 L44 and also the Shock Cal delay. I would say 8.7 is where this thing should be. Now the pack itself will give you the OF-40 Mk.2 MTCA, a Tier 6 Italian MBT that we've just been talking about, and also premium account for 15 days. 2000 GE will then also be given to you as part of this bundle, pre-order title of a Nomad, and the pre-order decal, which is the emblem of the UAE Armed Forces. Now of course, a Tier 6 MBT. We had the M60A1 Ariete at Tier 5 as a premium, and that did of course have effective research up to Tier 6. A Tier 6 premium will give you effective research up to Tier 7. Now this does of course leave the possibility that Italy could get a Tier 7 main battle tank or some kind of Tier 7 vehicle in 1.89. What could that be? Well, I think the most likely option is a production variant of the Ariete MBT. Obviously in game the Ariete P is a prototype. Getting a production version, I think that would likely be a good place to start with Tier 7. Another possibility is that we may get a SAM vehicle or an anti-aircraft vehicle with the capability to fire anti-aircraft missiles. That could be another option. I'm not really sure what they could get in that regard. Do let me know in the comments if you know of any Italian anti-aircraft missile carriers, if there are any at all. But I think that could also be another possibility. Some Tier 7 vehicle seems fairly likely with this edition in 1.89. But you know, let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is good? Do you think it's bad? It is mostly copy and paste, but the extra 1000 horse, the sort of bigger engine, 1000 horsepower, will give you a bit more mobility. Do you think that is worth the price, as well as the premium bonuses? What do you guys think? Anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. If you did enjoy, please consider smashing the like button. Maybe even subscribe to the channel. If you do, that would be massively appreciated, as always. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.